It's time for Dodger baseball.
What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. Shohei Ohtani, that was just rude right there. Getting that base hit to end the no-no. Tyler Anderson was so close to being the 27th no-hitter in Dodgers franchise history. They've thrown 13 since moving to Los Angeles, and it was a special night. All I got to say is Tyler Anderson, he is a straight-up warrior. He's got that X-Dog. You saw him going out there giving it everything he had. He gave the little neck chop to Mark Prior in the inning prior to say, hey, I'm good. I can go for this. And the way that changeup was working for him, I think he had a real good shot at his previous career high was 109 pitches, and tonight he throws 123 pitches, and you don't want to say Johan Santana and things like that, but we're going to break down this whole game, but really it's going to be a quick post-game show, kind of a emergency post-game show, because I got to get down with you guys and get your take. So give me all your thoughts on Tyler Anderson coming so close. I mean, geez, man, he came so close. TA equal the GOAT. Ron Fig, LFG, DMAC. What a Ron Fig. Man, Anderson did amazing tonight. Anthony Keene. Yo, DMAC, happy Wednesday, my dude. What up, Anthony Keene? I hate Ohtani even more now. Yes, Shohei, what was that, man? I mean, come on. No, but hey, that's what was going to make it even that more impressive. The fact that Tyler Anderson had to finish off hitters like Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani. When you saw the at-bat to Mike Trout, the way he was challenging him with that fastball and the life it still had the feel for that changeup, you're thinking at that point, hey, he's got a real shot at this. And even though that pitch count was so inflated, Doc, he was just itching to take him out of that game, especially when you consider the fact that the Dodgers starting rotation is already a little thin. They've already been decimated by injuries, and this guy has been the ultimate innings eater for this Dodgers rotation. So if you're going to potentially risk losing him, well, now you see the other side of the coin, where he throws 123 pitches, and not to throw water on this, but not throw some cold water on this, but hey, I mean, we'll see how he pitches moving forward. You saw him massaging his arm in the dugout. But here, let me get more of your thoughts on this. I thought it was just a really fascinating game, really fun to watch him pitch. And what I'm really upset about is if you look at his line, he ends up going 8 1/3 innings pitch, and he allows 1 run on 1 hit, 8 punch outs, and that 1 run because Craig Kimbrell, he didn't even need 3 outs, and he comes in, still can't pitch a clean inning. So we'll get to that in just a second. Did get 2 punch outs, so he's still generating that swing and miss. But yeah, kudos to Tyler Anderson, Tyler the outs creator, Tyler Anderson, for going out there and just absolutely shoving and dominating this Angels lineup. And then we also have to talk about the first inning there, the hit by Ward where Mookie Betts runs into Cody Bellinger and causes that error. And then later in the 8th inning, you saw the error that by Tyler Anderson to preserve the no-hitter to an extent. So we're going to break down this whole game. Give me all your takes, guys. Here we go. We got Dodgers. Damn, we really wanted Anderson to get the no-hitter, but we got, great game. Anderson, Ohtani, middle finger sign. I hate Ohtani. You guys are giving Ohtani a hard time. An absolute player hater right there. Just going out there and ending the no bid. Shohei Ohtani, the competitor he is. And by the way, kudos to Mookie Betts for fully laying out there, doing everything he possibly could to try to get to that baseball, to try to make a play, to try to get that no-hitter. And yeah, it's tough. It's heartbreaking, the fact that you get that close. That close. You saw what happened last night in St. Louis. You saw what happened last night in St. Louis where he was very close. He's doing closer than Anderson there. So, yeah, you just want to try to finish that job. And what are you guys' thoughts on Dave Roberts allowing to go the distance like he did? 123 pitches. His previous career high was 109. His high this year is 106 pitches. But, like I said, the way he was using that changeup, he was getting the swing and miss. He was getting the punch outs with it, and he had the feel for it, unlike his start against the White Sox. So I did think that some of the innings were low-stress innings, so I think he's fine. He's a strong pitcher. He's a guy that he knows that he can go out there and he can continue to dominate. I mean, you saw the pitch that You saw the fastball, the changeup to get Ohtani there, and Ohtani's looking frustrated, just hitting the corners, getting that swing and miss at the bottom of the zone when he got Duffy with the changeup bottom of the zone. I mean, getting that swing and miss late in the count. I love the way he was using his pitch mix tonight and just getting out of innings, and he's just a fierce competitor out there. But here we go. Yep, Anthony King, Tyler, the outs creator, doing the damn thing. Holy schnitkes from IB Strokin, Infinite. Is it too late to get Jansen back? Just saying. Yeah, I know. It definitely spoils the fun after Craig Kimbrell goes in there and you look at his line now. You're talking about a guy that almost pitched a no-hitter, but he's got that one earned run on his line. But still, everyone knows how dominant he was, how great he looked in this one, and the fact that he was able to go out there and he was able to give the Dodgers another quality start. That is what he's done pretty much since he's moved into that starter's role. He had a couple hiccups to start against the Phillies, gave all those home runs, and then he had that clunker against the White Sox on the road. But for the most part, he's been absolutely reliable. He's been so dependable, and him along with Tony Gonsolin have been by far the Dodgers' two best starters this season. So, yeah, I mean, what more can you say about Tyler Anderson? He's gone at least 6 innings in 6 of his last 7 starts, and without him, without Tony Gonsolin, this team would not be tied for first place in the NL West as they currently are. The Dodgers, their record improves to 39-23, tied for first in the NL West. But here we go. We got the Angels have no business with Ohtani, set him free. Anderson and Catman, best pitchers in baseball. Yeah, Ryan Moore, there's an alternate universe here where you have the DH in the National League earlier than this, and then Ohtani, he picks the Dodgers years ago, and he's already in LA, so he's not at the plate to break up Tyler Anderson's no-hitter. Yes, that is a little bit reaching there, but I'm just saying. I think he would have picked I like that Dugnesty from Braulio Estrada Jr. Yeah, the Duck was trying to create that Duck dynasty out there on the mound, but yeah, I mean, and the thing too is he dominated Ohtani so many times. He struck him out. We saw that filthy changeup, just having so much success against Ohtani in this game, and I think that's what makes this one that much more painful. I mean, you saw him use that changeup to get him swinging and missing in the 4th inning, and even when he was putting the ball in play, I mean, he gets Duffy to line out on that 4-seam fastball, so he was locating that 4-seamer, and I think that. Yeah, I mean, you saw a pitcher pitching tonight. I mean, that's exactly what that was. That wasn't a thrower. That was a guy that it was a masterclass. It was a masterclass by Tyler Anderson out there, just a master of his craft tonight. And, yeah, I mean, he's the guy that we talked to yesterday about Tony Gonsolin being an all-star lock. Well, that's a start that's going to make headlines, and you're going to see him talking about to everyone. But I'm very interested to see how his arm feels. I mean, he was just massaging his arm. I mean, this guy got more massages in this game than Deshaun Watson over the last couple years. I mean, this guy was massaging his arm all game long, so I was a little concerned when you consider the depth of this Dodgers rotation. So, yeah, I mean, he was fantastic. I mean, you jump ahead. I just love the way he's switching up those arm angles and, changing those eye levels. I mean, it was just a thing of beauty. It was just fun to watch him go out there and pitch. I mean, it was just really remarkable. I mean, I love the at-bat. I mean, he gets Rengifo swinging with that changeup. I mean, a couple 3-2 counts. Getting those nice, easy fly ball outs with the cutter. You got Suzuki to fly out with the cutter in this 5th inning. Got Lagares to line out with that changeup. So, yeah, he just had everything working tonight, and the command was just absolutely on point. But here we go. Let's jump back in the comment section. Cy Anderson, that's what I'm talking about. So close. Amazing game, though. That's from Fabio, from Pedro. Harrison called Ohtani a hater. Hey, isn't that nice? That's my man, Jay here. Anderson got that dog in him. Awesome, man. He absolutely does. I mean, there's sometimes when it comes to an athlete, there's just a few moments where you just can see their grit. And you saw it in that moment too, where Mark Pryor's he's kind of going up to the dugout steps. You see Dave Roberts was so uncomfortable. To me, Dave Roberts was that meme where the guy's in the yellow suit behind the tree, and you're just waiting to pull out Tyler Anderson. And he takes just a couple steps, says a couple things to Tyler Anderson. He gives him the neck chop. He says, I'm good. Don't worry about me, okay? And you're not going to take me out of this game. Makes you wonder if, Clayton Kershaw had done that against the Twins early in the year. Would he have been able to stay in? But Tyler Cy Young Anderson, we got Blue Heaven from 713. Should have walked him. That's from Adam 818. That's an interesting point because, look, that's the big difference between a no-hitter and a perfect game. Of course, the perfect game, you have the walks. You can walk guys, and he did have a couple walks in this one. And I mean, you got Shohei Ohtani, who he had so much success with him in the game. He had multiple strikeouts against Shohei in this one. So, yeah, there's that aspect to it. Then, look, I mean, at that point, too, when you walk a guy, you're going to get that pitch count even higher. So, I mean, it's interesting in hindsight. Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, you hope there that Shohei kind of lines out like he did earlier in the game, or maybe you strike him out or something like that. But, I mean, you saw – I mean, when he walked Suzuki in the 8th inning, he missed with that four-seam fastball inside. So he did have some walks throughout the game. He had 2 walks. And, yeah, it's interesting. And that's what really, of course, separates the difference between a perfect game and a no-hitter. You know, that's, you know, it's different, right? So because there's been 23 perfect games. And 23 perfect games, and there's been 316 no-hitters. But, yeah, what do you guys think? Do you think they should have walked him? But, yeah, to me, I mean, look, I know we got the hindsight hyenas, as I like to call them, but hindsight is 20/20, and I think that's easy to say after the fact. And, like I said, if you do that, then you're really starting to mess with his arm. I mean, 123 pitches, a career high, a season high in a rotation that has had a lot of issues with depth and really a lot of uncertainty with some of their big starters. So here we go. TA was good. We got, better Ohtani than Trout from Denny Cortez. Angels ain't making the playoffs. I love, we got, here, Rod Wells, Braves bet a second place. Guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to block you. This guy changed his thing. I'm going to block him, though. That strikeout against Trout was epic. Yeah, I mean, Anthony Keene. I think that's what – look, I mean, I'm very pessimistic when it comes to no-hitters. We've seen guys flirt with no-hitters throughout. I mean, Rich Hill's the striplings. I mean, we've seen multiple examples of guys taking games deep, taking no-hitters deep into games. But to me, that's when it really felt real. I mean, the at-bat to Mike Trout, he gets ahead in the count 0-2 on 2 swinging strikes. And we're talking four-seam fastball. And that's how good his changeup was that, yeah, I mean, guys were looking for that changeup, and they're on their heels, and they're out in front of stuff. And, yeah, I think when you look at that fastball, they're late on its 91 miles per hour. So when he had him down 0-2 in the count, fouls off that changeup, and then he misses with that two-seamer high in a way, kind of just missed him with a non-competitive pitch, and then he gets that strike looking on that cutter, busts him high and in. I said, okay, this is real. And then Ohtani, I mean, he jumped on that cutter, really same location as the Trout pitch, that cutter up and in, and he tripled to right. I mean, you got to, hey man, look, it's not like, I mean, it was a well-hit ball, right? It was a very well-hit ball. And, I mean, if you're Tyler Anderson, I think you could sleep at night knowing that it's Shohei Ohtani, one of the most talented players the game has ever seen, the reigning AL MVP, and the fact that, it wasn't a little nubber or something like that. It was a little infield hit or a little blooper, anything like that. I mean, that was a triple by Shohei Ohtani. You saw the skill from him as well. So, yeah, I don't think that he's going to be I mean, he'd probably lose some sleep, but yeah, it was 98.2 miles per hour off the bat, a 400 expecting batting average. And, yeah, here we go. Back in the comment section, we got, hey, IB, we got, yeah, why didn't Cody hook him up with the Theragun? That's from David Raw. Yeah, he could have used the Theragun there, couldn't he? We got who's starting the All-Star game, Catman or Tyler? Yeah, who do you guys think should start the All-Star game? Sandy Alcantara? Should it be Tyler Anderson or the Catman? I mean, that's amazing, the fact that I can't believe I'm saying that, but it's seriously, Shohei probably punches babies. Hey, backup T1, that's crazy. Anderson deserves the no-hitter. Michael Boyer, Dodgers' 5th and 6th pitchers are pitching better than the Dodgers' big three. Just imagine what the rotation could do if they are all healthy at the same time. And I think that is kind of a thought that kind of floats around your mind that, hey, man, if Clayton Kershaw can look like the guy he was before he went down with the injury, and Walker Buehler, who I'm very pessimistic about moving forward for this season, but if he can look anything like the dominant Walker Buehler that we're accustomed to seeing, and Julio Urias can kind of fight off this fatigue, then this rotation has a lot to feel good about. But we know this is baseball because you just can't have all the stars align, right? Because we know that, yeah, if those things happen and that turns around, then maybe you'll see that regression with Tyler Anderson and Tony Gonsolin. So, yeah, live in the moment. And here we go. Doug, I thought you had a block button. Yeah, I do. Wait, let me get that block button here. I'll find him. No kidding. Dun, 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 dun. All right, one second, guys. Oh, wait, where it was. Ah, 1 minute. Working on it. The offense is still not that fully awake, and that's concerning. Yeah, I mean, look, tonight it was nice to see Will Smith hit another bomb, and it was in the 3-run variety. So to see him, I mean, look, that's kind of what this team is about, man. You need to see the slugging pick up, and they hit 2 home runs today, and we saw it was bottom of the first inning. So Mookie, he flies to right. Freddie Freeman, he draws the walk on a 3-2 count. He takes a ball 4 on a slider low and in. Trey Turner, he walks on 4 pitches. And then Will Smith on a 2-2 count. He just crushes the changeup up in the zone. And 393 feet, that puts the Dodgers up 3-0. They strike first blood. Will Smith's 8th home run of the season. And then Max Muncy, he was able to get a single. And, Detmers, who's a guy who threw a no-hitter this year, he was about to throw a no-outer in this one. That's how badly he struggled. Then later in the game, of course, Trey Turner leads off the third on an 0-2 count. He fouls off the first 2 pitches, and then he crushes a slider low and in, and he just barrels it up and just hits it out 392 feet, and that put the Dodgers up 4-0 at that point. If you look at the Dodgers offense as a whole, they go 6 for 30 tonight. Mookie goes 0 for 4. Freddie goes 1 for 3. Trey goes 1 for 3 with a home run. Scored 2 runs, had a walk. Will Smith, he goes 1 for 4 with 3 RBI. Muncy, nice to see him get a hit. He goes 1 for 4. JT goes 1 for 4. Belly goes 1 for 3. And CT3 goes 0 for 2. And Lux goes 0 for 3. So, yeah, I mean, you did see more hits up and down the lineup, but yeah, I mean, look, they got the big 3-run shot, and they got the solo shot from Trey Turner, and you got a guy like Anderson who's absolutely shoving out there on the mound. You're going to be in good shape. But tonight they go 1 for 4 with runners in scoring position, 5 left on base, but really the story was Tyler, the outs creator, Anderson. He was absolutely sensational, and look, it's not like he was ahead in the count to look. Tyler Anderson goes 18 for 30 on first pitch strikes tonight, gets 13 swings and misses, 25 foul balls, it was pretty phenomenal to see what he was able to do in this one. When you consider the fact that, the changeup was working, he was getting that swing and miss late in the count, he was getting the punches when he needed them. And I have to ask you guys a question. Because maybe it's a little tinfoil theory here, but what are your thoughts on the top of the 8th inning there? Where you had the error by the top of the 7th inning there. Top of the 7th inning, we had the error by Tyler Anderson to preserve the no-hitter. I thought that was pretty interesting there, where Walsh was safe at first after that throwing error by Anderson, and he ends up making it to second, and then he gets Lagares to fly to center after that. So to me, he sees him going by him, and he just kind of spikes it. Do you think that maybe there's some gamesmanship there? Let me know. 1.5 for Anderson. I like that IB stroking. Yeah, give him a little raise, right? Hey, man, give him a little raise. And look, give Andrew Friedman a lot of credit there, too. I mean, Tyler Anderson is a guy that you guys know, if you've been rocking with this channel, that I was high on him when they signed him. I said he would be solid. I said he's a guy that can miss bats in the zone. I was did some extensive I did a video on him, and I actually last year, if you look back, I had a video that on the Dodgers trading him when he was on the Pirates before he was traded to the Mariners. So I've been on that Anderson bandwagon for quite some time. But I mean, you saw what the Dodgers liked in him and what they like about him. So, and he signs that 1-year, $8 million deal, and he's been worth every single penny, guys. But we'll do some more here. And man, what a start by Tyler Anderson, just phenomenal. Gamesmanship definitely possible. Okay, now we're talking. Rebecca, you're on the same page as me, because look, Mr. Anderson, hats off to you. Anderson saved himself with that horrible throw. D-Mac, new gem. What up, Joseph Megazzeni? My man, a day one here on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Here we go. Sub D-Mac. What up, Mr. K? What do you think about this little winning streak against important teams like the Angels, White Sox, etc., do you think it will hold greetings from Mexico? I mean, I think that this Dodgers team is trying to get wins any way they can. We got Fernie, Yo Dougie, but shout out to Mark Pryor and the pitching staff. I think everyone top to bottom. You got to give Mark Pryor a lot of credit. You got to give Dave Roberts a lot of credit. Who he looks so incredibly uncomfortable out there in that Dodgers dugout. You know, he loves nothing more in life than to pull pitchers when they have a no or a perfect game going. That is, that's one of his favorite things in the world. And I'm just playing you with you, Doc. But yeah, for him to say, hey, look, I'm going to trust my starting pitcher. This guy's 32 years old. He's a veteran out there on the mound, and he's a guy that he knows what he wants to do. And yeah, I think you saw it early on. You saw it early on, the command in this one. I mean, I think that first inning was so impressive, working all quadrants of the zone, getting Ohtani looking there early in the game. I think that's when you know he was on, because that's where he was struggling against the White Sox. He didn't have that arm side command. He was missing wide, and he was very sharp early on. That's when you knew it was going to be a special start from him. And when he got Ohtani looking at that perfectly placed four-seam fastball, yeah, it was something special, man. And how about the play, too? You got to give Trey Turner some credit on that play in the 8th inning, too, because there's always some defensive plays, unless you're Hanley Ramirez, by the way, and you just totally blow history. There are always some plays where Rojas, he stepped up and he helped preserve Clayton Kershaw's no-no in 2014. But there was also plays where, guys will step up in big situations, and you kind of can point to these different moments. And I thought there in the 8th inning, when you're starting to be concerned about those walks, where he walked Suzuki on 5 pitches for a leadoff walk. He just kind of lost command with that sinker. I mean, so that two-seam fastball is really the only pitch he didn't have full command on tonight. He was missing arm side, high and away, but changeup. Those are kind of borderline calls, and then he misses with that four-seam inside. And then Stassi, he grounded that fielder's choice there, and that was a tough at-bat too. I mean, he was on that changeup a little bit. He missed with that four seam and that changeup bottom of the zone, but it was a nice play by Trey Turner, a hard hit ball, kind of just is able to field it, make that play at second to get that fielder's choice, and then he bounces right back and he gets Ward swinging with that changeup in the bottom of the zone. But yeah, back to you guys down below in the comment section. Do you think that was an intentional error by Tyler Anderson? Because that's what I'm saying. I think that is a possibility. I think that something was real. Trey's defense has gotten way better as the season has progressed. As from Anthony Keene, we got IB. JT has a 0.0 ERA. Exactly. LOL. We got Kirsch was coming back. Yeah. Kurt, wait. I'll forgive Hanley. I'll never forgive Hanley. Yeah, I mean, come on now. That was a play that he should make. And that's why Clayton Kershaw, I call his no-hitter the perfect no-hitter, because it's just